Welcome back to another fishing related how-to video. I love the Scotties, guys. You can probably get that done a lot faster now that I showed you. I just kind of did it nice and thorough, so in case you're wondering about a little bit more about your fishing tool. Today is going to be how to fix your Downrigger Autostop switch. Our Scotty Downrigger has failed on us when we were out fishing on the lake, and that ball just wouldn't come up. So I kept pressing that button and it just didn't come up. Why do you ask? It's because of this. What is this? This is a magnetic reed switch. Before we start our project, let's delve in a bit into the Scotty wiring schematic. Okay, so hopefully this will be a visual aid for you guys, so do your own research on your own parts. But as you guys can see, this motor schematic says black and blue, and this is clearly orange and black. Okay, so that's polarity sensitive. So yeah, go ahead and check out Mike's Tool Repair. They're located in Chilliwack, BC. I'm sure you guys can have your own resources, but I find that these guys are pretty good. Their parts are available, and they even have the wiring schematic right over here somewhere on the left side. Okay, so I'm not taking credit for their drawing because that's their work and they deserve the credit on that one. I've also gone ahead and added some visual aids on what they look like in real life. This is the reed switch. The button itself pushes a magnet on to close proximity of the magnetic switch, and that's what it looks like in real life, and this is in actuality what it looks like right here. So most switches come in normally open, normally closed. In my research, this thing is normally open. Okay, so the next device is what you see when you open that cowling and housing is the circuit breaker right here. So this interrupts your circuit. I'm not sure if that's resettable. I didn't notice that there's a resettable button on there. Most circuit breakers in real life are resettable. And then we have our relay right here to the left. So in real life, that's going to look like something like this. So I've gone ahead and made it the same orientation. These 2 points are this. Okay, let's go ahead and do that terminal connection. So that's what the guts look like inside. Okay, most relays come in normally open or normally closed. In this case, this is normally open. So let's go ahead and do a diagram of normally open, boom, and this one, boom. Okay, so that's what that looks like. So let's go ahead and break down what happened to our Downrigger. So Downrigger, this thing has failed, meaning this failed to close. And so I stripped this wire, and then I was basically closing this by hand via these 2 wires. Okay, so what happens is you have a non-high current carrying device controlling our relay, which is the control, and the main contacts here controlled by this normally open contact to carry the high power load, which is the motor. Okay, so now that we know that, those parts right there and what they actually look like and what they do, maybe it can help you guys troubleshoot on where in this drawing where it would have failed for you guys. Okay, so hopefully that works out. Let's go through it again. Power goes in, goes through here, goes into this contact right there, which is initialized by the reed via magnetism of this coil. Okay, so it energizes that coil and it closes the plunger, which closes the contact right here and turns on the motor. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our tools with that knowledge and check it out. This is a magnetic reed switch. This is what you need to be able to close that switch when you press that green button to be able to come up. And this is the one that failed. First thing, we're gonna need the part. Autostop sensor with heat shrink. The part number is 6P9056. It's a magnetic reed switch. Okay, 2-piece butt splice, 1-piece standard gasket, 1-piece HP gasket, 1-piece quick connector, and 1-piece ring connector. So you are out on the water and you're having a problem with your Downrigger. So one thing is make sure you have power coming out of your plug. Okay, you can switch it up with your other Downrigger to verify that, and if that's working, then you got to work yourself down the line onto the Downrigger. A few things you're gonna need is you're gonna need this kit with this switch, and you're gonna need a few basic tools, just a Phillips and possibly a crimper. Okay, and possibly some tie wraps as well. So let's go ahead and remove that Downrigger. So let's go plug this into our socket. So when you connect these wires together, you can go up. Do you hear that? So I'm gonna connect them together. Yeah, so that goes up. Where is that switch located? That's where it goes, right in that opening. And on the other side is this switch right here. So when you press this button down, and it actually pushes a magnet down to the reed switch, which closes a contact, which operates the relay inside that housing, which turns on the motor. Get yourself a Phillips screwdriver, rotate this screw. Okay, so that's what it is, just that tiny little bracket Don't bother taking this one off because it'll be a little tricky putting it back together, but don't worry, no worries there if you take it apart. I find that Scotty products are pretty good with their the way their engineering is. It just takes a little bit of work to be able to make sure the parts are all lined up, but don't bother taking that off. Just unscrew that one screw, okay? So that one screw then routes a wire that goes into this tie wrap right there, which goes around into this housing right here. So let's go ahead and take off this housing unit. So what you're gonna find is there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. Okay, make sure that the power is off. We'll go ahead and undo all those screws. So make sure you put all your parts to the side so you don't lose them, especially if you're on the boat. Yeah, I really like the way Scotty makes their stuff, guys. You can literally fix it yourself. Once you've taken off all the screws, take off that housing. What are we gonna find when we open this up? You're gonna find that there's a gasket right there, which makes sense, right? It keeps it waterproof. So that's what it is. So you don't really need to take that off. So you can just leave that sitting down, just like so. And perhaps put all your screws in here so you don't lose it. So we're gonna find the motor right there. And then we're gonna find the relay, okay? So the relay is switched by that magnetic reed switch, which then transfers the power onto the main motor. You'll find that it goes through this this opening right here, okay, and then it goes on to this block right here. It's called the short stop 12 volt M47. So this one goes here, and the other one goes onto this terminal. And it also gives you butt splices in case you don't want to bother monkeying around. So a butt splice is right here. Hence, you're gonna need a crimper, okay, if you want to go that route, which will require a crimper right here. Okay, and then it also comes with a couple electrical connectors, which is the flat blade right there. So that's the stake-on female connector, and then it's gonna come with a ring connector, so we'll go right there. I did notice that it came with two little gas. One says HP, but my unit is not an HP, so that's probably gonna go, I'm gonna assume, right over here, which is this part right here. Here it is. So this is the one that comes with my boat, and I bet you this one is for the different a newer unit right here. So you can tell there's two different pieces. So my downrigger is the Depthpower right there, as you can see. So this is not the HP, which I believe is the high power one, which is the newer version, but that kit should take care of both your needs. Make sure that it fits right there. And it does. So one thing that I would like to note, the switch that came with my downrigger is slightly different than the one that came with my repair kit. Dimension wise, it's exactly the same. Diameter is the same, the length is the same, and it's a 2-wire. But the one that came with mine is the Hamlin brand, and then this one is called Lil Fuse. Okay, I'm not that worried because it is just a switch. All we gotta make sure is it does magnetize and then close that switch. Okay, so I'll also show you guys how to meter this out if you guys are if you have a meter on board, and you can identify if it's actually working. Okay, so I tried to put a magnet on here, which is actually quite convenient because you can use your screwdriver if you have magnetic multi-bit, and it fits perfectly on there. So you can test it, see if it's closing. And I can tell you right now, this one is not working. So I'm going to show you guys how to test that later on, but let's go ahead and replace our reed switch. So we're going to go ahead and fish this in, and I noticed what they did here is they put a little knot right there just to make sure it doesn't pull off, I suppose. There's a little seat right there, so you can't really screw it up. Okay, let's just go ahead, put that in there. Okay, there we go. Don't overdo it, guys. It's plastic. It's hard plastic, but it's not invincible. So once you get your length pre-made, now attach your little loop that they added. I'm sure it's not that necessary, but we'll go with it. I actually bought this one used, guys, so that's why I'm kind of doing my own repairs. Okay, so we're gonna put that right there in that hole. Boom, and then it sits flush right there. Okay, so we're gonna take care of that slack later on, so don't worry about a little bit of slack. Just make sure you have enough wires to go through your terminals. Okay, so we're gonna peel this open just like so, and then we're gonna crimp on our new connectors. So firstly, we're gonna use our ring connector. It's not polarity sensitive, guys, because it's a switch. Okay, it has the same potential. So let's go ahead and get our crimp. Okay, that's a pretty good connection. And now the other one is the female quick disconnect right there. The little twist to get it in through the barrel, just like so. Now we can take this off. So we're gonna need a little wrench to undo that one right there. So make sure the power is off, guys. You don't want to be shorting out your downrigger. Keep track of your parts, especially if you're doing this on the water. Okay, which I don't recommend at all. Okay, so that has a split washer. Now we're gonna remove this unit right here, this ring connector, and now we're gonna put the other ring connector exactly where that was. Okay, so slide that in. Okay, put your split washer. Put your nut on. So you notice how this can touch, guys. Okay, make sure that your blade is straight back. Okay, that's tight. Hand tight. Now we're gonna do it with the wrench. Of course, if you had a nut driver, that would also help. Okay, there we go. Don't go crazy. Now the other part is pretty simple. Okay, don't go bother yanking anything else off because you're only trying to work on one part. And now we have to pull out our blade. Okay, there it is. Now we've isolated the old set of wires. So that's what it is, guys. So now let's go put that other one in. I love the Scotty stuff, guys, because it allows you to repair your own stuff, which I like. Okay, so when you're putting everything back, now that you're done that, you're gonna notice there's these little posts, the little pins right there. There's also a set of pins right there to keep track of where these things sit. Okay, there you go. And you might as well also do a little quick visual on the other parts. Make sure that everything is tight and there's no loose connections and there's no corrosion. Okay, so now we're gonna take our plug and we're gonna put it on the receptacle. So now let's go ahead and test it. Yep, it seems to be working. I'm pressing that button, guys. And you can see that I'm pressing that button. And that's it. We verified that that works. Now let's go put everything back together in reverse order. Unpower your wires again and make sure it's de-energized and just tuck all the wires in ever so slightly. Make sure all this relay is seated nicely and this block is seated as well. Now let's take our screws right here and we're gonna put the housing back on. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so don't go crazy on the tightening as well, guys. So we're gonna do kind of a star pattern and tight. Let's go snip off that tie wrap, just like so. Let's go get a fresh tie wrap. We're gonna fish it through right here to just hold the wire out. Don't make everything tight, guys, because you know you just want it out of the way. You want a little bit of play in case stuff moves, right? So just a little tip as well, guys. Instead of using your regular cutters, just like so, this one, use your pliers on this one and give it a twist. Have you guys ever got cuts from tie wrap ends? When you twist it, it's nice and smooth. Okay, so you won't get any nicks in the future. Okay, so that's what it is right there. So everything is in it, just like so right there. Okay, so let's go test it one more time. Okay, that's in. Check it out, guys. You hear that clicking? That means it's working. And the spring also working. Okay, I'm not gonna bother getting into this unit right here because there's nothing wrong in there. But if you take the other screw apart, you won't lose stuff because everything is kind of properly engineered. But it might be tricky trying to line everything up again. But don't force it, okay? Just remember that your original position is in the off position when you put everything back in. So let's go ahead and troubleshoot that old reed switch right here. So you can use any meter if you have an automotive one. Just make sure you put it in the omega setting, just like here, for ohms, just like that. Turn on the light. So how does the meter work? Right now we're trying to test for continuity. Okay, right now you see how it's OL, meaning overload. The wires are not touching. Okay, the moment you touch it, you get low resistance, which will make it beep. and bring the number super low, like to 0. Okay, ideally it would be 0, but sometimes it can be 1. So now that we know how that works, let me show you guys the reading I got from this one. So as you guys can see, I'm getting about 1,000 ohms. So it's open right now, but it's not quite open. It's almost like it's stuck in the middle. See, it's fluctuating 700. And I tried tapping that. You can try and tap that to see if there's something loose in there or whatnot. But it should theoretically go down to 0, just like this, when it's magnetized. So how you can magnetize it? You can either put it up on that switch, because that has a magnet itself, or you can put it in one of these multi-tools. And look at that, guys. No difference. You see that? No difference. It's still 780, 800 ohms. It should be actually doing what it is, because this switch is a normally open switch. Okay, how that works, let me show you guys how that works. So on the other side, okay, so when you set it onto the auto, you turn it, there's a little lever that comes down, just like that. Let's see, right there. So right now it's locked into place, so meaning that magnet is pushing onto that reed switch, and now your auto stop is going to feed down the line and tap onto this and do a little trigger to release, just like so. Okay, just do that again. So this will be the auto function. So switch that like that, and then once it's operating right now, and it'll tap, boom, and then open the circuit, hence stopping the downrigger. Okay, so once you figure out that that's not working, you can theoretically just cut this wire, okay, and just pinch the wires together whenever you need it. But the problem is you won't have a feature of auto stop. Okay, well that's what it is, guys. You can probably get that done a lot faster now that I showed you. I just kind of did it nice and thorough, so in case you were wondering about a little bit more about your fishing tool. Okay, well, I hope you guys liked that episode. It was quite easy, and I hope that gets you back on the water. I love the Scotties, guys. So shout out to Scotties for having their parts available, easily replaceable, well engineered. Now I'm ready to go fishing. Okay, good luck out there, guys. Tight lines, happy fishing. See you guys on the next fishing video. I'm ready to go fishing again. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another fishing related video. Today is not quite like fishing, but definitely fishing related. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another DIY fishing video. Today is going to be how to fix your downrigger auto stop switch. So on my so we had an outing. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another how-to video. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another fishing related how-to video. On the lake, we had a problem on the boat, and hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another fishing related how-to video. Today is going to be a video about my downrigger. My Scotty Downrigger failed on me when I was out in the ocean pulling up a trap. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another fishing related how-to video. Today is going to be a video. Hello there, everybody. Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to another fishing related how-to video. Today we're going to be working on our downrigger. Why, you say? So yes, babe.